Hey everyone, Matteo here. Today I'm checking out this LED barn light. This is from a company called Cinoton. They reached out to me and wanted me to check this out, and I'm excited to do so. I have just the use for it. I've got a rinky-dink light bulb on the other side of this building, and I'd love to have something a little more useful than what I've got. So this is going to definitely improve the situation there. This is a 100-watt LED fixture. It features a dawn to dusk light sensor. So that means you can leave it on. It's going to turn on at night. And then when the light gets to a certain threshold, it's going to shut off. So kind of set and forget. I'm going to wire it to a switch, so I'll be able to shut it off if I don't want it on. But that dawn to dusk feature is nice, and I'll probably end up leaving it on. It's not a solar light, so it's going to be wired to existing 120 volt electric, which I've got already run, and it looks like it's going to be a straightforward install. A few screws to mount this. The wires look like they go inside a little cover, and everything gets wired up. So let me go through unboxing this. We'll see what we've got, and then I'm going to install it. And when it gets dark, I'm going to try it out, so stay tuned. It's just like Christmas morning. Let's see what we got. Taped up here. Just going to cut through our tape. Open up our box. Looks like we got some foam packing material. Come on. Alright. And here's our LED light. Looks like it's wrapped up nicely. Looks like it's got a metal housing. Very nice. These are the where the wires are going to come out. We'll get to that during the install. We've got our installation instructions. And it looks like our mounting hardware. Mounting hardware looks like we got some basic wood screws. That's all I'm going to use. But I do see these anchors, and if you had a masonry install, you could drill a suitable sized hole and mount these to brick or concrete block pretty easily. And then they also give us 3 wire nuts. I think everything we need to install this, as far as hardware goes, is in the box. Pretty cool. So before I install this, I'm going to just kind of get it prepped here. Everything looks pretty straightforward. Basically, there's going to be a wire inside. We're going to have a black, which is our hot, our white, which is our neutral, and there's a green ground wire. Those are going to connect to the same wires coming from our wall. Very straightforward there. I've got a Phillips head screwdriver for accessing those components. I've got my beater flathead screwdriver. I'm going to use this to take out the knockout right there. I've got some Kleins, side cutter pliers, whatever you want to call them. That'll help me do my knockout part. If you've ever been an electrician, you know what I'm talking about. I've also got a voltage detector. This is a Greenlee model, and I just use this whenever I'm working on circuits just to make sure the power's off. This light is on a switch, so as long as the switch is off, there should be no power, but I never just assume that. I always check things out, and I would recommend you do the same. Of course, it would behoove you to shut off the circuit breaker as well, just to be extra sure. Alright, so I'm just popping these Phillips head screws off, and this should reveal our wires. Alright, and there we go. So, as expected, we got our hot, our neutral, our ground. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this knockout with this part off. Join me. So you probably don't need to go as far as putting this thing into a vise, because these knockouts typically come right out. You'll see there's a little tiny tack weld where this knockout's connected. I just go opposite of that, take my screwdriver, hit it with the Kleins, and it should just pop in like that. Once you've done that, all you need to do now is get your pliers there and just break that piece off. I got this bolted back together. So before I can go ahead and install this, I need to take down the existing light fixture. So come along, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. I'm gonna install the LED light on this light. I'm gonna uninstall it. I'll check for power first. So they only use 2 screws on this light. I'm just popping them out. Got my carpenter bee trap. Sorry, they're eating the framing of the shed. I can't have that. All right, so there are the lights. Let's see, the wire nuts are all here. Let's see if I can convince these to come out one at a time. Come on out. Let's play nice. They're wrapped in tape. All right, well, it's really not the way I wanted to do it. So I'm gonna have to wire it up from the inside. Not a big deal. So while I've got the ladder in position here, I'm gonna go ahead, take my hardware, and I'm gonna get this mounted. I'll fish these wires through. You can see these are slotted holes. All right, I've just got a level, do a nice little mock-up here. Roughly level, right? I'm marking towards the inside radius. Rough draft edition. I'm gonna start the bottom two first, so I'll be able to rest it on there. All right, and these are the supplied screws. Pretty decent hardware. Going right in. We'll be able to rest the light as we finish that top screw. And if you're not comfortable with the installation part of this, by all means, contact a qualified electrician. It should be a relatively easy job for a professional. Oh, I got this. Get this guy going. All right, I'm just gonna check levelness. Oh my gosh, perfect. I did bring my regular Phillips head. I thought it might be easier to finish these screws that way. And it looks like that was a wise decision, because getting the drill in here at this point is not going to be easy. And I really don't want to scratch the lens up. Cool. And for now, I'm gonna take down my little trap just so we can enjoy this light in all of its glory. I'm done with the drill, done with the level, done with that. So I'm gonna grab the wire nuts. All right, get my ladder in A-frame mode here. Get up under the wires here on the inside. Ooh, I hope that's not active. Here is the wire. Got my hot, got my neutral, got my ground wire, bare ground. It may be green, depending on your installation. And if you get a really old house, you may not have one. And then these are the wires from the light. So very straightforward. Green's gonna go to ground, wire nut them together. Here again, I've already checked to make sure the circuit is off. I do recommend using that voltage detector to confirm before you get started. If you are unsure of what that means, please contact an electrician. Do not get hurt. You are responsible for your safety, not me. All right, that's our hot. We're tied there. I just kind of match up the wires end to end. And these are nice because they've got them tinned, the stranded wires, so they almost behave like a solid copper wire. Once they're lined up, I just start screwing the wire nut like that. And then I check them. As long as it doesn't pop out, you're good. And that's that. We are installed. Well, there it is, installed. Not a bad looking light. Definitely looks less 1980s, 1990s, whatever. And I know it's gonna save money over them halogen bulbs that were in there. So what I'll do now, I'm gonna go let the sun set, maybe let this storm pass, and we're gonna try this thing out at night. It does kick on when you turn it off and turn it back on. It does kick on, and whew, it's bright. Just to let you know, it's working. And then the auto shut off feature detects the light levels. Let's go check it out. Cool. Yeah, it's really bright. Many times brighter than the previous light. Man, that's so bright I could play fetch with Sriracha the dog. So in conclusion here, I have to say, honestly, I'm impressed at how bright that light turned out to be. I love the brightness because I can use it as a work light outside. I could work outside my shed now like it's daytime. I mean, it's that bright. And it's so bright, I would almost caution people who live in suburbia, if you've got neighbors and you can see each other's backyards at night and it's kind of close quarters, you may want something a little less powerful. So just something to consider. If you need a really bright light, like out in front of your garage or something, this is it. I like that I have it on a switch, so if I want to enjoy the stars at night, I can just flip my switch and turn the light off. So up to you how you go about installing it. Very cool. Good job, Cinoton. I am impressed. As you can see, it's pouring rain right now. The light is waterproof. Thank you again, Cinoton, for reaching out to me. Let me test this out. Got a link where you can purchase this light right from Amazon, so check that out. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you watching. If you like the channel, you like the videos, don't forget to like, subscribe. It helps my channel out, so I always appreciate that. Until next time, everyone, Mattio out.